What time is it? Time on the Water with Frank Hyla.
In a year with a bunch of cool events, we got a good one going on today. We're out here just locally, Northern Illinois, with Mike Iaconelli, Bassmaster Classic champion. Gonna fish a little bit and hopefully have some fun. We were out yesterday at a Bickle charity event and looking forward to seeing how today goes.
I'm excited. I'm excited. No pressure. It's not
No
a tournament.
pressure.
No points. No
No
pounds.
points.
Just having fun. Catching fish and having fun.
Sounds cool.
I'm into it.
Let's go.
So what do we got here, Frank, with grass? We got milfoil.
There's milfoil, there's some coontail.
Coontail,
A little
okay.
bit of everything. Overall shallow lake. I think it gets down to about 20-something feet at some places. We're actually in a channel that connects Long Lake to Squaw Creek, which goes into the Fox Chain. This channel isn't navigable anymore. You know, they got the lock shut down. We're gonna go under the bridge here and it kind of opens up and we're good.
Cool, cool. And just to let everybody know too, we're dealing with, these are early fall conditions here, right?
Early fall, hit our first big cold front of the year, actually a day ago. Water temp here was about 75 a week ago. I think it's high 60s now.
Fall is in the air, folks. I can feel it. I can feel it all the way down to my plums. Light bluish hue, sun dancing off them, just right.
Shrinking. So this is a lot like home?
A lot like what I fished growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, these smaller, you know, like you said, glacial lakes.
Yeah.
Set up the same way, a lot of docks. I'd say the one difference is we've got a lot of natural rock. And I haven't seen that here. I didn't see it yesterday. I don't know about today.
Some of the lakes do. Just a little farther north, you start getting in the Madison area.
Yeah.
You see a lot more of that than you do here. If the ice age has lasted another million years or so, we'd have those lakes.
Bring back the ice age.
Other than
Bring it back.
Other than that, Illinois can be challenging.
I tell you, this is one of my favorite ways to fish. Just straight up power fishing, man. Great way to catch them. Love it.
Yeah, hopefully it works.
If not, we'll pull out the drop shot.
Yeah.
Get out there 50 feet of water and
That
catch
one?
them. Oh my God, it's a giant! What
It is a good one, holy cow. Well, that took about 5 minutes.
Did that just happen?
Needed that yesterday, but that
Folks at
really
home?
cool today.
Folks at home, it's going to be a good day. Hey! Wait, real quick, let me check out what he was eating. It's crawfish. It's definitely a crawfish diet.
All right, that's
Yeah. Wow! That's the way to start the day. That's the way to start the day. That's the way to start the day. Folks at home, you know, we're out here on Long Lake. The key today to the pattern we've caught a couple good ones, is head. And I say that in the most sincere way. The pattern, we gotta fish around a human head. And if you look over here, there you see a giant human head right there on the dock. And these are the kind of areas we're trying to target. I want to tell you, I fish all over the country. The only other place I've seen this head pattern develop is Falcon Lake, where we actually fish severed heads. But it's a great pattern. So if you're on Long Lake, look for the heads. Here it goes. Yeah, little one.
Hit it swimming, huh?
That's it, went to that vibrating jig.
Nice.
The way that last one bit, if that was a bass, it just reminded me of, a bite. You know, I do that a lot. Is I try to analyze the bite. If you're fishing a jig and you're getting bites, but you're missing some and they're hitting it moving like that, a lot of times just go to a vibrating jig and it becomes a better tool. I don't know, that may be luck or that may be a sign. We're gonna find out here in a second. Under the gunnel, no 2-minute penalty on that one. Gonna be right on that transition. Over. I was just trying to psych myself into getting a bite.
I bought it.
It works about 1 out of every 90 times. You can will one into biting like that. There we go.
Fish?
Yeah, that's a good one too. Oh God, a good one. Yeah, like I almost willed it right on the exact time.
I'm gonna have to put on a
Yeah,
chatterbait.
it felt like, oh, don't do that, don't do that. Nice long one. It felt like a chatterbait day when I missed that last bite. I talked about it before, but it's key to analyze bites. You know, just because you're getting bites doesn't mean it's the optimal bait to fish. And we had a couple today that bit it and didn't get it, just bit it and left. And a lot of times when they're doing that, I want to throw more of a moving bait, more of a moving style bait. So vibrating jig and a crankbait are really good, two good choices. The vibrating jig today is a better choice because of the black death, that really hairy grass on the bottom eliminates a lot of treble hook lures. But a single hook lure like a vibrating jig is perfect. The other thing's the trailer. I want you to look at that trailer real quick when I take that out. That's a key trailer for me. This is a full-size Devil Spear, and it's got an amazing swimming action. Look at the profile of that. Frank mentioned earlier that bluegill was a main forage here, and that has a bluegill profile. It's a wide tail. It has a lot of vibration like a bluegill, so that's a key bait when those fish want to chase something. So that's 2 now. That's 3 now on that bait. I'm starting to get some confidence. Look out, man. This might be the deal right here. Here's your new home. It's a line from Evil Dead for all my Evil Dead fans out there.
Racing DNA. It's in our blood and in the lines of all of our legendary Mopar vehicles. And you'll find the best quality, pricing, and service only at the equally legendary Bettenhausen Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep in Tinley Park. When has 707 horsepower ever been too much? Never. We don't apologize for our commitment to speed, performance, and technology. And we laugh when someone says the word average. It's better at Bettenhausen. Shop online at BettenhausenAuto.com.
New trolling motor?
Yep.
Can I touch it?
I wouldn't.
Minn Kota Fortrex, now with 112 pounds of thrust and a restraining order. You've been warned.
Now from Shimano, you get more with the new Corrado I-Series of casting reels only from Shimano. S3D, Shimano stable spool design. X-Ship, cutting-edge technology for gear smoothness and durability. And with Corrado, anglers expect durability. Corrado, continuing its reign as the go-to bait casting reel among avid anglers. To learn more, visit fish.shimano.com.
what's up anglers? This is Ray with Cast Crew, here to unbox the Jackal Pompadour. The Pompadour is a floating topwater bait, which is 3 inches in length and weighing in at 3/4 of an ounce. So far out the box, the paint job is pretty sick. It has this black and blue, I don't know if you can see it, black and blue scale pattern on the top with a chartreuse head and a red mouth. And it has these wings. And from what I've seen in the videos, as you retrieve this thing, fast or slow, this thing creates a lot of water movement and a lot of noise as you retrieve this thing. And also has this prop, which is on a swinging treble hook, creates a lot of motion, as well as with that swinging treble hook, looks like the bass have a hard time throwing this thing when you set that hook and reel it in. So we're gonna have to give this a shot, and we'll post some videos up and see what this baby can do. For more information, go on to jackallures.com and like and subscribe, and you can check us out at cast312.com.
All right, so you have to fish a tournament here tomorrow.
Yes.
How would you pre-fish it differently than what we're doing now?
You know, with such a small lake, I don't think I would pre-fish it different at all. Here's what I would do. If this was a practice day, I've already got enough information to tell me that I want to stay on the main lake, I want to fish hard targets, I like shade. I would start looking offshore already, and I would start looking for the needle in the haystack stuff. A lot of this is pattern fishing, so once I've got a good feeling about what's happening here, I would start going deep. I got enough confidence now that I can run these banks and catch them. So I would be looking, I'd be idling, doing a lot of idling, looking at my side imaging, trying to maybe find that offshore grass bite, see if that existed.
I think that's the difference between guys at our level, local level, to the pros, is we're just looking to catch 5 fish.
Right.
You're looking to catch the right 5 fish.
I love the stuff that you can't see with your eyes.
Yeah.
It just gets fished so much less.
Oh no! I had my chance to be famous.
Right on the seawall, no shade too.
It was probably 2.5 pounds.
Yeah, I don't like a good one.
You guys got it all right.
I got it. I got it. We got the hooks up, Frank.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I threw at the seawall and all of a sudden it was swimming off. That might be the one that just missed.
That was him. He swam all that way.
Awesome.
Yeah. We're getting ready to hit the actual boat that was used in Gilligan's Island. That's a good one. There's a good view of that jig sitting right in the corner of his mouth. That's where you want it. Look at that thing. Right in the meat. That's the kind of fish you can fight for like 3 days and he won't come off. Look at that. That's a good one. It's an old hunchback. Look, he's got a little bit of a hunchback. Look at him. He's a little hunchy. You like him? Nice one. Another fish on a dock, shade line. Shade's been a key today, Frank.
Right,
That's
it has.
3 bites.
Yeah, the one I missed was in a shady
Yeah.
seawall.
And we're early in the day still, and shade's already becoming a factor. So high sun. I think that's what we're going to start running now. Is any kind of shade we're really going to start targeting. That's a good one. That's a decent fish.
All right, well, the buddy team has 3. When you stand up there and get the checks, nobody knows who got them all.
Oh, trout! They have trout in here. I've got swim baits bigger than that fish. I've got swim baits bigger than that fish. Let me hold him real close.
You do that, I'm gonna get unhung.
Look at how shallow that fish was. Look at this. This is a good example. Turn around and look at that mud flowing right there. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
He was in the dust, baby. Oh, was in the dust. Good time to talk about it. Just broke one off. I'm gonna retie one. This is a jig I came up with good friend John Cruz. And you know, people think a jig is a jig is a jig. This is a special one because it's compact, small compact jig. A lot of times, this is a better jig to throw than a standard jig, standard big bulky jig. Today's a typical perfect day to talk about it. Post cold front, we're the second day after a cold front. The fish are tighter to cover, they're more lethargic. That compact package is key. One of the real big keys to this missile jig is the head shape. And it's what I call torpedo weight forward design. And it's a 1/2 ounce, but a majority of the weight is toward the head of the bait. And because of that, it's gonna let it get in and out of cover really easy. The other thing is most compact jigs out there have a very small light wire hook. Man, open water, smallmouth fishing with a spinning rod, that's a great jig. But when you're flipping heavy cover and you're using heavy line, 20-pound test, and you're catching big ones, I want a stout hook, and that's a custom VMC hook that was built for this jig. The only other thing I do two things out of the package. First thing I do is with the jig, I keep it standard. We've already got a thinner, shorter skirt on there, but I'll take that weed guard and I'm actually going to trim it down. And I like to have it match the point of the hook. So I'm going to take about 1/8 of an inch of that weed guard length off. The other thing I'm going to do is I take a little bit of the bulk out and I'll spread it apart, and I grab the weed guard and I take about 10 or 15% of it, pull it to the side, and then I get rid of that completely and cut it down. So I'm going to thin out that guard a little bit. And then the last modification, you know, is the trailer. A lot of good trailers out there. You know, I use a chigger crawl a lot. And the same thing I'm going to do with a chigger crawl is shorten it up. I go down 2 segments, I make a cut, I pull off my first set of arms off it, I leave that bottom little set of arms on there, and then I thread that dude on there, and then of course break away your crawl legs, get that action, built-in action there. And now I've got a compact jig. Everything's small, everything's short. This is a badass jig for cold front, tough fishing conditions. So let's catch another one.
So why do you think the older guys don't win for the most part? Is it just the younger guys are so aggressive? And
I think a little bit has to do with, you know, with that, the mental side. I think a little bit has to do with the physicality.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with the stubbornness, you know? Even me, a lot of guys start to get, seems like the further you get in your career, the more you get wrapped up into a way that you like to fish, you know?
Right.
And that's bad to be, you know, one-sided. You know, you gotta be multifaceted anymore. You know, it's a changed sport. Back in the day when you could dominate on one pattern or technique.
I didn't think you'd get them out of there.
It's another giant. It's another 10, 11 pounder. Wow, he was under there. He was under there. And that was a big one, that one that came out like that.
So you can't just be a jig guy.
I don't think
or
anymore.
a crankbait guy.
Yeah, I think anymore that's a deterrent. You know, it hurts you more than it helps you, you know?
We tried beating it senseless, bending it in half, and punishing it with extreme temps, corrosive salt water, and blistering UV rays. And all Talon did was ask for more. So we wanted to know what Talon's breaking point really was. We'll let you know if we ever find it. Talon. Born tough. Tested tougher.
The best braided line just got even better. Introducing Max Quattro by Power Pro. Utilizing the latest Spectra 4 carrier fiber technology, the new Max Quattro braided performance lines are engineered to be 25% thinner. With the same durability and strength you've come to expect from Power Pro. Achieve longer casting distance, greater accuracy, and improved lure movement with even better, softer, and suppler feel. Increase line capacity on any reel, add versatility to get the competitive edge when you need it most. Power Pro Max Quattro cuts through water and thick cover better than ever. From saltwater to freshwater, Power Pro Max Quattro performs without compromise. Available in proven moss green and high-vis yellow in 50, 65, 80, and 100-pound strengths. For more information, visit powerpro.com.
He's fished here for decades. He knows every hump, every drop-off, every contour. He's dedicated his entire life to understanding this single body of water, and he didn't know squat about it until 2 hours ago. AutoChart Live lets you build your own high-definition maps anywhere in the world in real time. Only with Onyx. Only from Humminbird.
Alex Davis here, FLW Tour Pro at the Jackal booth at ICAST 2015. We're going to talk about two new baits. One's the chunk crawl. We have a 3.5-inch version and a 4-inch version. This bait's going to be super versatile. You can use the big one on a big jig trailer, football head jig. You can use this one as a small jig trailer. You'll be able to flip this thing, throw it as a Texas rig, you can Carolina rig it. Really excited about it. It has 8 different colors. Check out these new baits. Go get them as soon as they come out.
Hey everybody, Mike Iaconelli. Want to talk to you a little bit about
Cast Crew.
Cast Crew is an organization that, in my opinion, is changing the sport, and it's needed, right? You know, in today's age, the sport is changing. There's so many less kids nowadays fishing, and we need to keep new people involved in the sport. You know, Cast Crew is filling that void. You know, Cast Crew is a bunch of guys from an untraditional area of the country with untraditional backgrounds that have the same passion and love for fishing that the traditional anglers from years past have. And that's the crossover. And you know, groups like Cast Crew, there's others across the country, especially from non-traditional urban areas. That's the future of the sport. They're the kind of guys that are going to uplift the sport, bring new generation of anglers, young generation of anglers back into fishing and grow the sport. And that's what we need. So if you haven't checked them out, please do it. Check out Cast Crew. Check out all the stuff they're doing. Mike Iaconelli, Cast Crew is the deal. See you later.
Yeah, just maybe. Little bitty dude on the Senko, just on nothing.
That's amazing. You try to put a pattern to something, and
Yeah.
you really catch one on a nothing bank.
I didn't get
Literally a
skunked.
sand bank.
Frank gets one. It's your turn, Mike.
All right, I'm ready. Come on. That blows you away.
Here's one.
That's a good one. Yeah. That's a big one. Get out of there, get out of there. Yeah, that's a giant. That's a three and a half. On a chatter. That's a good one. Wow, nice fish.
Thanks for the heads up on the bait choice.
3 pound class fish.
Nice. Nice. The fans are getting a little rough. Obviously it bit the wrong hook, but I was able to get one.
It's a nice one.
I got some professional knowledge of what to throw.
Vibrations, baby, vibrations.
I'm a believer. Well, he was just all over it too.
Yeah, I think this is the better bait today. Right now, could change as the day goes on. He was right in that little shade pocket,
yeah,
huh?
Exactly.
Right on the money with what we were talking about earlier. It's good. The pattern is continuing.
I'm just glad I get to be in my show.
On the next Time on the Water.
Started the day good, ended the day good, right there. Missile jig in his face! I want to welcome you to the first annual Cast Crew Tournament. Come on, let's go.